It's a really interesting time in agency-client relationships. The rise of programmatic, I think, has been tremendously disruptive to the traditional model of media management. And so what I'm finding is brands are asking some very hard questions about where their media management should live and whether it is best placed with their media agency, which of course is creates a big challenge for the agencies themselves. I'm seeing a lot more direct vendor relationships than I have ever seen before, certainly with demand-side platforms and data management platforms, but even ad servers and dynamic creative optimization companies and the like. I mean, I think it really behooves the agency to step up to the plate and be good partners to their clients. My concern is that what's been happening is that the agencies have been very slow to respond to this change, to the rise of programmatic, and as a result, their clients are in some ways feeling forced to look for other options. So the real opportunity for agencies is to go to their clients to say, listen, this is an important partnership to me, I want to make this work, what can we do to make this a successful relationship? I think a great example of that is Kraft with their relationship with Starcom. They went through a significant amount of change at Starcom, specifically at the request of Kraft, and they now have a very, very strong partnership. The holding company level trading desks really can't all be painted with the same brush, although they often are lumped together. Some tend to use more what I would call opaque, dynamically priced models. Others are totally transparent and flat in their margin with their clients. Some are remaining as very centralized units. Others are starting to decentralize and embed at the agency level, which frankly I'm not surprised about. I mean, my suspicion was always that the centralized holding company service model did not have long-term legs, and I am starting to see examples of that essentially proving true. Some are just not comfortable with the concept of non-transparent variable margins. Others that are looking for performance and believe they can get it, get the best performance from someone like Xaxis, are working with Xaxis. I mean, a huge amount of money is flowing through Xaxis. You know, in the report, one of the questions I ask is, what does the notion of agency mean anymore? Does that necessarily need to evolve? Is Xaxis a next generation kind of solution? Is that what an agency will look like? Or frankly, does it just not belong inside of, the framework of agency? From my perspective, technology consolidation was inevitable, and so whether it's good or bad, first and foremost, it was inevitable, I guess is what I would say. That said, some interesting things are happening that I do think provide value to marketers. When you have tools and systems that work very, very seamlessly together, where you don't have to be managing 15 contracts, where you can create a master identity management system that can be easily disseminated to a whole range of tools that you're using, I think there's value in that. And I think marketers that may not necessarily have gravitated toward individual solutions, toward consolidated solutions, are actually seeing, are actually starting to think that it's more interesting than perhaps they gave it credit for. That said, we're in a very dynamic space. There will always be new inventions. There will always be new technologies. So, a closed ecosystem inside of a giant behemoth technology company, it's just not viable, right? I mean, the big players need to be open and flexible in the way that they architect their systems, because marketers will never want to be entirely forced into a single stack.